Hello everyone, it's Olivia Grace and I'm back with another video for you guys. And today we're talking about your self-concept and how to use it and change it to bring more abundance in your life. So first I want to go over briefly what the self-concept is. And this is the way that you see yourself. This is the way that you see the world. This is basically the place that you see yourself in relevance to the world. And when it comes to manifesting, it's also what you think you have to do or how you feel like manifestation works for you, right? And I know a lot of us probably think, well, manifestation works the same for everyone, but it actually doesn't. It's easier for some people, as I'm sure we all know, and it's harder for some people, but all of these things come down to your self-concept. And when you can get a handle on that and actually change that into something that is allowing and receiving abundance in the now, then you can experience that change, and it actually happens pretty effortlessly for you. Just the same way Dylan James talks about this. His YouTube is amazing. I'll link it for you guys to check out. But he talks about, look at the negative circumstance in your life, you know, like when it comes to money, because that's what this video is about. When you think about the situations that pop up, you know, random bills, or, you know, random days you wake up, your account's in the negative, or, you know, not being able to afford certain things, you don't purposefully try to manifest those things. In fact, you're actually trying to do the opposite of those things. But you're manifesting it effortlessly. So you can get your self-concept turned around and into a way that it can make you manifest prosperity, success, and abundance in the same way. All right. So this is what I'm going to be teaching about in my 12-week program that's going to start this fall. I am still taking applications. I'm still allowing women in. It is filling up pretty quickly, which is really exciting. But I do still have a few spaces left. So if you're interested in changing your self-concept to become more magnetic to not only money, but everything else that you desire, and really getting to the root of how to master manifestation, then absolutely reach out to me. I'll have a link in the description for you to click on and schedule a good time and day where you and I can go over more details about this. And I'll be so excited to have you guys. I'm already excited about the women that are in the containers so far. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video and talk about the self-concept and how it pertains to money. I really feel like I'm going to start making a lot more videos like this, because money is something that a lot of people want to manifest and a lot of people have trouble manifesting. And when it comes to self-concept, what it's really used for right now is about, you know, specific people, about love and relationships and things like that, which is great, you know, but for me, I want to focus more on how to use that for abundance, because I feel like that's kind of like an untouched thing. I mean, there are a few videos about it, but not too much information about how to use the self-concept for abundance and not just love or something like that. So the first thing is, I want to talk about how your self-concept affects you now and why it seems so hard to manifest money. The thing is that the lack of money, it instills fear in you, right? Because when it comes to manifesting a specific person, or it comes to manifesting, you know, maybe a car that you really want, those things, you're not going to die without those things, right? You're not going to really suffer largely without those things. Now, I know now with specific people, you can feel a lot of suffering when you're in love with somebody and they're not in love with you, or they're not feeling the same way, or they don't want the things that you want. That can be a lot of suffering, which is probably why next to money, relationships is the other thing that's difficult for a lot of people to manifest. But I've always seen relationships as easy and effortless. I guess I've always just had this detached feeling when it came to relationships. I was never really a person that just wanted relationships so much. So it was easy for me to just kind of think about, oh, it'd be nice to have this, and then have someone enter my life. But when it came to money, I really struggled with that, because I came from, ironically, I grew up very abundant. As a child, I grew up abundant, but being like a teenager and being into my 20s, I really struggled with money. And it's the fear around it. When you're manifesting, who cares about the how? If you're manifesting, you know, a car, you're manifesting, you know, whatever you're manifesting, we know that the how is not our business. We know that worrying about the how is what slows it down, because when you don't see how it can happen, if it will happen, not a guarantee that it will happen, then we go into fear and lack, and we start to continuously plan for, okay, well, if this doesn't work, then here's what I'm going to do after. You've already cut your manifestation off at that point, you know? And it's not to say that you cannot have your manifestation if you have a plan B, but this is why most people have trouble with manifesting money, because they're not willing to go all in, okay? Neville Goddard and the Law of Assumption community, they talk about buying the great pearl, or buying the pearl of great price, where basically this man comes across this pearl, which is worth a lot of money. So he buys it. He uses all his money that he has to buy this one pearl. And basically it's talking about putting your whole entire faith into what you're manifesting, right? Because if he said, oh, well, I only have, it's going to cost me all my money for me to buy this pearl, I better not do it, he would have lost out on the value that the pearl had for him. And that's what's going on with the manifestation for money. We're not willing to put our whole belief into it. We're still afraid, like, okay, but what if it doesn't? And then I'm not going to pay my bills. And then, you know, last time it didn't work. And so we never really buy the pearl, right? So the whole time we're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out trying to manifest this money. And then when it doesn't manifest because you're not all the way in, we say, oh, see, yeah, this doesn't work. I knew it didn't work, right? So you want to really go full in when it comes to manifesting. Put all your faith into it, right? When your resistance pops up, remember that you are God, you know, remember that you can tell yourself, you can talk to your resistance, hey, it's okay that you're afraid. I know you're afraid because it hasn't worked out before, but I'm promising you it's going to work out this time. Have that persistence, right? Dare to assume. That's a lot what Neville Goddard talks about as well. Dare to assume that you are what you are what you want right now. Not that it's coming down the future, not maybe in 10 years, but I'm that right now, and feel into those feelings and embody those things, okay? So what is your current story? What is your current self-concept around money? I have a masterclass where we identified and removed limiting beliefs, and you can use that masterclass to help you identify what exact thoughts and what exact beliefs are you having that is preventing you from manifesting money into your life. Because sometimes they are hidden under the surface. Like, again, this is with your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the one that is creating for you, right? It's not questioning if this makes sense. If you were, you know, a kid and I don't know, your mom told you all the time, no, money doesn't grow on trees, stop asking me for stuff. Now you have a problem asking for money, but like you can look at that logically and see, well, I was just a kid. I was probably just asking for a whole bunch of stuff. You know, it wasn't my mom telling me never to ask for anything ever again. But as a child, you don't understand that, right? So you processed it as, oh, it must be bad for me to ask for money. That gets a negative reaction out of people. So now as an adult, you still have processed that understanding through a child's mind. So your subconscious mind is still running that I can't ask for money. This might have to do with people making sales or, you know, having certain prices for their product and things like that. You know, it's that feeling of I can't ask for money, right? So think about yourself, talk to yourself, ask yourself, what is the reason why I can't have money? What is the reason I can't manifest money, right? Even if you're manifesting a large amount of money, you guys, we look at, oh, it's so easy to manifest like $1, but when it comes to manifesting, you know, thousands of dollars, now it's harder, it's a bigger task. And that's the other thing too, you guys, is that we put money as in general on a pedestal that, oh, you know, it's easy for us to manifest all these other things, but money is this one thing that is up here that is out of reach, that you have to cross some finish line or something like that to achieve, right? No, it's all the same. What are your inner thoughts? What are your beliefs? What are you claiming for yourself? Are you telling yourself that it's hard to manifest money? Are you telling yourself that you have to hustle and grind from day to night to make money? You know, are you always affirming how broke you are and how expensive everything is and how you can't afford this? Are you planning to be broke? Are you planning for your bills next week to be late? Are you counting every time you spend money? Are you looking like, oh my gosh, I'm running out, I'm running out, I'm running out? Look at the things that you're doing around money. And when you really feel into what does it feel like to be abundant? What does it feel like to have $10,000? What does it feel like to have $100,000? What does it feel like to have $500,000 available to me? You will feel the discord between what you're feeling, doing, acting, thinking, being like now, and what that having that amount of money really feels like. So what you want to do is release those old things, again, knowing that you're God and that it's up to you. It's not up to anything, you guys. There's not up to anybody else. It's not up to divine timing or the universe. It's not up to any spell or anything like that. It's up to you to decide, I no longer identify as this person that can't manifest money. I no longer identify as this person that can only manifest small amounts of money. I no longer identify as this person that is struggling, right? I now identify as someone that is abundant. I now identify as someone who manifests easily, effortlessly, and often. I now identify as someone who is valuable, and everyone, including me, sees my value and honors my value. You have everything within you guys. And it's up to you to shine a light on that with your attention. Shine a light on that by claiming it and speaking it and speaking it and speaking it. And your reality has no choice but to show that to you and reflect that back to you. All right, guys? And so the last thing I want to say is to remember who you are.